Testing, 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 testing. Welcome to the School of Thought. Hi everyone, welcome to the School of Thought. This is really exciting as this is officially the first module to the School of Thought. So today we're going to be going through part of the Mindset Research Journal. Now a lot of you do have this workbook. If you don't, that's okay. Everything you need to know is on the portal. You'll see that there's a download button that says download my workbook, my worksheet now. That'll have the information that we're talking about and the exercises that you need to complete for the week. So if you don't see the exercise straight away, it's because it's got all the stuff in the workbook. So reread through that and then start to do your exercise. So today we're going to be doing our 360-degree life review. Now this is so important because before we set goals, we really need to understand where we're at in our life. This becomes a diagnostic tool to help us to understand where we feel we're satisfied in what areas of our life. Now, I don't know about you, but most of us have a different focus and at different times. So when I first did this exercise early on in my personal development journey, I discovered that most of my focus was on my career and I had no goals in my personal life in terms of relationships, and therefore I didn't actually have a successful relationship. I therefore changed my focus, not saying I took it off my career, but I actually started to write a goal that was focused around my love life. And so I'm happy to report, and as most of you know, that I have a beautiful and wonderful husband now. But unless I did that exercise, I'm not sure whether I really would have understood that that there wasn't a lot of focus in that area. So what I want for you to do is to go through this with me and have a look at this wheel. We can call it the circle of life. We can call it our 360-degree life review. We can call it the wheel of life. It really can be called a lot of different things. But as we go through, you'll see that it breaks life down into some simple areas. So we have our business life, which has money and finance, and career and work. Then we have our creative life, which has our health and fitness and fun and recreation. Now the next part is called social life, but that actually has the environment, like how much we give back, I guess, and community. Then we have our love life, which actually has family and friends, and of course our partners in love. And the final one is our life purpose. This is where we have our growth and learning, so exactly what we're doing now, and our spirituality. So this tool helps us to understand where we're at in each area of our life because we start to mark it in terms of 1 being not so great and 10 being absolutely amazing. It really couldn't get any better. So as we go through this and you go through this exercise, I want you to consider each individual part of your life separately and honestly write down how you feel you're doing right now. If it's a 1, that's okay, just write it down. It's something that you can choose to work on. If it's a 5, great. If it's a 9, awesome, great, mark it down. So put a little dot on that number and then go around and fill out the rest of the circle. Once we've finished doing each and assessing each part of our life, we then start to join the dots. When we join the dots, we actually form a shape. And this shape helps us to understand, well, if this was a wheel in the car, how smooth would our journey be? Most of the times, and I've never really seen it, it never comes out as a perfect circle or balance, and neither will it because we never really have focus on every single area, and it would be really hard to do that. The point is, again, it's just a diagnostic tool. So if you're low in one area and it bothers you, then this is the area that potentially you need to change and that you need to set a goal in. So have a look, see what your shape comes out, and then start to use that to understand, okay, well, what would I want that number to be? You can do a second exercise where you can actually mark, just say in growth and learning, maybe you've written a 3, but you'd like to be a 7 or a 9 or you know, a higher score. Put what the highest score you'd like to be and then go around and do another circle. This will sort of form your gap as to where you want to start to work on. So So if you need more help understanding what the sections mean, there is a dictionary on pages 16 through to 17, which really goes through what those sections are for you. So just to recap for you, career and work, obviously that's where you are, whether you own your own business or whether you are working for someone else, it doesn't matter. How satisfied are you in that area? Are you heading in the right direction? Do you feel appreciated? Is there anything else that you would love to be doing but you're not doing right now? So start marking that down in terms of your level of satisfaction. The next one is money and finance. So are you earning enough income to satisfy your current needs, and are you earning enough to become financially free in the future? Write down how you feel in that area. Health and fitness. So this is both how you feel physically and how you feel satisfied with your diet. So a whole rounded health and fitness. So are you feeling tired, or are you feeling vital? Are you eating well, or is there room for improvement there? So fun and recreation. So are you enjoying your life and making it fun? So satisfied with the level of activity that you do. And as busy women, this sometimes can be an area that we put aside thinking that, we'll have fun later. But you'll be amazed, as soon as we actually get this section up, other things just start to really fall into place. So really don't put that on the back burner. If it's not up there, consider writing a goal in this area. The next one is community. So how much do we give back? Now, not everyone wants to volunteer or actually give back to the community. That's okay. It's if you want to. Do you have a burning desire to want to go out and do some work in a soup kitchen, or go and give volunteer time somewhere? What feels good to you, and what would you like to do? The next is environment. So this is our contribution to the environment. So potentially how much we're recycling and minimizing our impact. Do we live down the road from our work and driving a car every day? And look, I'm not saying that that's good or bad, but if it does start to frustrate you and bother you, then maybe there are other things that you can be doing in that area. Or potentially maybe you haven't created a recycle bin that you want to create a compost in the garden, or you want to start to grow your own vegetables. It could be something like that. Okay, the next one is family and friends. So this sometimes spins off the back of the fun and recreation. So how much do we socialize and engage with our family and our friends, and how much does this actually satisfy us? Are we seeing them enough? Often we have that list of people that we need to catch up with them, and it becomes one of those open energy loops that we've been talking about. So do we make an effort to see them? And if we don't, does it actually frustrate us? And is it something that we would actually like to focus on? Now, in saying that, the next question is your friends and family a support for you? And if you're finding that they're not supportive of you, or you don't feel supported, then maybe there's some other exercises that we can do. And as we go through this school of thought, you will start to learn some information, especially in the relationships module, all around setting boundaries and how you can actually have conversations and talk to people. So this could be an area for you to work on as well. Now, the next one is partners and love. So this is all about us feeling loved or not feeling loved, and if we're in a successful relationship or not. Are we actually feeling like we're with the person that we're meant to be with? Or if we're not, are we actually feeling like we're getting love from other places, and we're actually loving ourselves as well? That's a really important part. So how often do you express love to others, and how often do you actually receive love? So often in these can be some tough questions to ask, but I always find that innately we know the answer. So just take a moment and ask yourself, honestly, how you feel in this area. So growth and learning. So how focused are you on personal growth? So congratulations, you're in the School of Thought, you're actually working on yourself, which is fantastic. Now, this isn't only your personal development. This could be some other areas. It could be related to your career, or your business, and it could be something that you've always wanted to take that course, or to learn that photography element or course, or cooking class, or something that you really want to learn more about. This is that area that it falls into. So consider what those things are, and if you feel satisfied in this area. Spirituality. Now, this is how connected we are to our inner world, not the outer world. Now, this often gets confused with religion. Now, if you go to church every Sunday, that's fantastic, but that's not to do necessarily with your spirituality. So spirituality is how connected we feel to ourselves, the actual relationship that we feel with ourselves as us as a spiritual being. So I want you to consider that and take away the religious aspect to it. Now that you've gone through and you really understand each of those elements, I want you to consider which are the areas that you're going to start to set some goals in. Doing this 360-degree exercise really gives us that understanding of, those are the areas that I actually need to work on. So maybe go through your circle and pick 3 areas, because in the next section, we're going to start to write some goals. So if you already have an idea of what areas you want to set your goals in, it's really going to help. So we'll see you soon. Testing, testing, testing.